Ladies and gents, and this is every single Warhammer Space Marine Legion in a nutshell, part 2 I guess. I already did the first portion of this yesterday I guess. This has been a great video so far. Original Bricky style of videos where you just touch on a subject and I guess summarize it briefly. I think whenever it comes to Warhammer, Bricky channel is best for that, just touching on a subject, right? There was explaining every single faction was I guess the original video I think I watched from this channel, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was the first video I watched about Warhammer, which was great from Bricky. There were two-part video I guess, both were hour or so long. So yeah, this is like a every Space Marine Legion. I guess this is like original Legions, right? Not that afterwards when it got broken into with 1,000 Space Marine per chapter type of thing, right? There will be a lot of them. This is original one with the 20 Primarch thing. Obviously, 2 of them basically their record got erased apparently, right? I forgot that one. I thought they were forgotten or nobody knew about them, but that's not the case. Their record is scrubbed away because they did something so fucked up. So that kind of a lore is great, right? Like people know about them, but there is a record of them because they were so bad. So far this I guess the first 8 Legion, right? There was a really good one, I guess, the Night Lord basically, right? They are the one who's more like a dark, grim type of faction, I guess, in a way, chapter. They are more like a crime-driven type of thing. It's very like somebody said in comment, like very Gotham, Batman Gotham style, which kind of make perfect sense, right? I was thinking more, old 50s, 60s or whatever type of movie with a detective or whatever, where there's crime too much, right? There's this, gritty film like that, right? I always imagine that, but yeah, Gotham kind of sums that up perfectly. So that is a really interesting, chapter because everybody is just like warrior style, while they are a bit like they are criminal, they are scum. So yeah, that was interesting. Obviously, Jagatai Khan and all these chapters, basically, people who wrote this lore took real world things, right? Like there is a Scandinavian with the wolf ones, right? And there's Jagatai Khan, obviously taken from Mongolians, right? Genghis Khan type of thing. So they took real world element and implemented into Warhammer, which is epic. So let's go this one.
Years. So embarrassed when people come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them. Vampires don't do dishes.
Blood Angels. Allegiance, loyal. Primarch, sanguineous. An angel, a vampire, a dead-ass motherfucker. Single word descriptor, blood. The Blood Angels are 9th Legion, hailing from the homeworld of Baal, with their Primarch, Sanguineous. The Blood Angels are a tragic tale with one of the best Primarchs, one beloved by almost everybody, a genuine angelic figure who led his people to glory, killed by the hands of the traitor Horus before the Emperor's eyes. The death of their Primarch led the entire Legion to madness as their gene seed malfunctioned and created something known as the Black Rage. The Blood Angels degrade over time, experiencing something called the Red Thirst, which gives them a genuine vampiric thirst for blood. As their minds degrade and break down, they get angrier and angrier, becoming berserk killing machines with no other goal than to tear everything in sight apart. But they don't see it as that. They see themselves there, at their Primarch's demise, with Horus in sight. And to them, it's time for vengeance. That Space Marine over there, that can't—
Oh god, so let me get this straight. Sanguineous died, and that break this, basically Space Marines so badly that they actually malfunctioned. And now they have this kind of a rage, which is like, it's a nice way to implement supernatural, vampiric type of shit there. But, it's like a, blood rage type of thing. And they are constantly tortured because they basically got broken by the Primarch's death, and they're constantly just with that mentality. I like this. I like how they implemented that thing.
Chaos Space Marine, that's Horus. Kill him. That Orc War Boss over there, Horus. Kill him. That Tyranid Swarm, 1,000 Horuses. Horai. Kill them all. Did your toast come out a little bit burnt? Horus sabotaged your toaster. Destroy the toaster. Destroy it. Do it. Do it. Kill your toaster.
Oh, this
Do
is
it.
sad.
This slow, debilitating disease takes
They're
over the
broken.
blood angels, and it gives them this angelic, vampire, and Catholic-inspired imagery. They have chalices of blood. They rest in coffins and can even use psychic powers to sprout angel wings from their bodies. They are a tragedy through and through, and the only thing that will look more tragic are the mangled bodies of those they come in contact with.
I got a diesel engine.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sad. I mean, you know, they're broken, I guess, psychologically, right? Mentally. Which is kind of sad because of the loss of their primer. They just kind of broke. Obviously, that makes them really dangerous, this supernatural type of thing with the rage and shit. But yeah, their mentality is kind of sad.
And honey, we forgot to mention, we're gonna take your job away.
The Iron Hands. Allegiance, loyalist. Primarch, Ferrus Manus, a machinist, an inventor, and not a great head on his shoulders. Single word, bionics. The Iron Hands are from the home planet of Medusa and their Primarch, Ferrus Manus. Does Ferrus Manus have an iron hand? You fucking know he's got an iron hand. The Iron Hands believe that the flesh is weakness. But despite all of their enhancements, despite all the things that made them demigods, replacing some of the flesh with bionics will allow them to serve the Emperor.
So I'm guessing these are the Mechanicus' favorite space marine because they have similar ideology. I guess I can see this like a Terminator style type of thing, right?
More. They go hard into vehicles and dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts being giant walking sarcophagi that have wounded space marines piloting them from the inside. Vehicles, metal, upgrades. These are the things that make up this legion. Their tech marines have servo arms sticking out from all directions. They have a wide array of mechanics and extremely often replace limbs with metal ones, serving all kinds of different functions to deal with their enemies. The Iron Hands are also not particularly nice. They're kind of assholes. I mean, marines are already normally pretty big assholes, but they're a little bit up there because of their flesh, civilians made of flesh, because you see, the flesh is weak. Flesh is corruptible. Bionics, the strength of the machine is pure and cannot so easily be corrupted. So if you want people who have this little techno fetishistic vibe to them, that love their vehicles and their walking coffins, hit up the Iron Hands.
Understand, Commander?
I can see you know the likeliness with the Mechanicus, but yeah, flesh is corruptible, obviously from chaos, right? But I guess they're forgetting a snotty little kid with a hood on, with a laptop, who can just you know, hijack their machines. I don't know, man. This is really good. The whole you know, this different versions of the space marines are just fun. This felt more like a Terminator style of things, right, with the eyes and everything.
I was never here.
Legion 11. Why, hello there. I have returned from touching grass. I know. I'm pretty cool with the grass touching. And now let's continue our Warhammer lecture.
This ruffles my jammies!
Volditos, damn.
Okay, so what's going on here?
I am the super sandwich!
The World Eaters. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Angron, a butcher, a slaughterer.
Like extremely, earth-shatteringly, unreasonably fuck-ass mad.
Single word descriptor, anger. Hey you! Yeah, you! Are you mad? Do you just fucking hate everything? Do you want to murder everything in sight and get rewarded for doing so? Then you should join the World Eaters. Home planet of Nuceria and Primarch Angron, who, if the name didn't suggest, is real fucking angry. Angron was raised a slave, forced to fight in gladiator pits. When he refused, they shoved old world tech into his brain so that if he ever felt any emotion other than anger, it caused him extreme pain. All his sons, wanting to be like their dad, also put a version of these nails in their brain. So now you have an entire legion who literally feel unimaginable pain if they are feeling any emotion other than anger. Slap them with a freight train of armor, 2 goddamn chainsaw axes, and you can see what's gonna happen. It's no wonder they're corrupted by corn. They're honestly a surprisingly sad legion that I actually screwed up in assuming that they were all just angry murderers. I mean, they are, But they didn't start out that way. Their corn corruption degraded their intelligence, their free will, and made powerful warriors into arguably even more powerful warriors, but blunt, like frothing at the mouth psycho warriors. The World Eaters, like I mentioned in the Space Wolves, they wear their concept on.
I've said this in the past, like why I think corn, I mean, it might feel basic, but that's what I mean. Why I think corn is the most scary chaos god there is. Because it's simple. You know, blood for the blood god, skull for the skull throne is simple. Just fucking kill, death, kill, that kind of thing. And basically a Space Marine chapter of the corn. I mean, look at that image behind him. But pure rage. I mean, that is a nightmare. That is as demonic chapter as there can be.
On their sleeve. They are angry. They want to kill things. They want to kill you and maybe some of their friends. And that's the faction. They're red. Simplistic. They're mad. They're gonna run at you and cause death. If you like that, you play the World Eaters, or you like it because they were, you know, at one point a lot better than that. Most of Warhammer was a lot better than that. I was once a lot better than that. That was when I was in college. I didn't finish college, and neither did Angron.
Oh, there you go. Smurfs are going.
Done by sunrise. I'll cut your balls off.
The Ultramarines. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Rabute Gilliman. That's how it's said. An analyst, a diplomat, a blueberry boy scout. Single word descriptor, duty. When you see Space Marines on a box or just Space Marines in promotional material, notice how they are always colored blue. These are the blue Space Marines. These ones here, the Ultramarines, who hail from the world of Macrog with their Primarch, Rabute Gorilla Man. Ultramarines are the white bread of Space Marines, the grilled chicken with salt and pepper. This is by no means an insult. They are plain Jane, but that's also because they are so goddamn good at their job. Their skill for warfare is paramount, but so is their ability for leadership. Gilliman for a while was a damn boring Primarch for all the reasons he was great, because no matter how hard you try, you don't win a war without logistics, without supply lines, without trade routes, without infrastructure and economy. You don't win anything without all that stuff, and Gilliman knows it, which is why he has one of the largest standing empires in the Imperium, named Ultramar, which is why his sons are the most recognizable of all the Space Marines, which is why the only thing that rivals the weight of their victories is the weight of their egos. They are good at everything and bad at nothing. They are great at everything. Other legions can do other things better than them, but they are good at everything. The most interesting thing about the Ultramarines is their characters, as they are all now inflicted with various amounts of ultra depression for many reasons. Gilliman is, at the time of recording, the only playable Primarch currently on the tabletop, and the only one that has returned to the 41st millennium for the Loyalist side. He took one look at what his empire has become and immediately wanted to fucking die. Being forced to lead everything he once hated, an Imperium rotten to its core with his sole responsibility to save it, is kind of what makes him interesting. They are a perfectly standard legion with perfectly standard ideals, and great if you want a simple, clean slate.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Yep. I like how, you know, all the Primarch gathered around, like, you know, I'm special because of this, I'm special because of this, you know, I'm special because everybody has that unique shit. And Gilliman is like, man, what, you bland ass shit, what are you great at? Yeah, I'm competent. That's what I'm great at. I can win shit, actually.
Funny poop funny. Woo!
The Death Guard. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Mortarian. A Reaper, a Poison, an ungodly stench. Single word descriptor, rot. The Death Guard hail from Barbaros, with the Primarch Mortarian. The 14th Legion were known for their incredible resilience to damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Where the Imperial Fists were defensive thanks to tactics and posturing, the Death Guard were resilient because they could take a punch or a gut shot or a cannon to the chest and just keep on moving. They are slow, yet they are resistant, which was only confounded as a Death Guard captain, Typhus, codename Dickhead, sold them out to Nurgle, god of rot and decay. Now, the Death Guard are a Nurgle-worshipping infected legion whose ability to feel pain and take damage has all but just gone away. They wade through gunfire, able to kill normal Marines 10 times over and continue unharmed, all while spreading rot and disease in the name of their dark, very stinky master. Where the Death Guard enter, plague spreads. People get sick and they die. They spread debility debilitating disease to all around them. Why would a legion need to be anything more than very tanky when their enemies are falling over, puking, firing out of both ends, and having their skin peel off just by their presence? Entire worlds infested with a zombie rot, swarms of insects that eat flesh and metal alike, all while the legion advances slowly, painfully, allowing the disease they spread to take its toll before they reap the lives they believe belong to them. And look at Mortarian's model, dude. The man is baller as fuck. A gigantic moth with a gigantic scythe. Come on now. The Death Guard.
For my next!
Seriously, man. I mean, look. If you're playing a game, which is, let's be honest, that's what Warhammer 40k is. If you're playing a game, I mean, whenever, you know, you played RPG games, right? I mean, why would you choose a weapon or any damage that has poison in it? It's just like, I mean, it's like a damage over time. Who gives a shit, right? So for the fun of it, yeah, this doesn't feel really that, right? Like the you know, Space Marine chapter they would choose to play, because you'll be slow. It's like a damage over time shit, right? You find something that is just badass. But in reality, right, I mean, let's be honest, chemical warfare, biological warfare is one of the worst there can be, right? People fear that a lot. So this is kind of like, if this is sort of real, this would be one of the most, you know, feared and dangerous chapters because of it. Because, you know, you won't just get, you know, attacked from all places, you would get attacked biologically, which can wreak havoc at, you know, you can't even account for. You can't really create a strategy for that, like how to counter that. That's just fucked up.
Trick!
1,000 Suns.
The 1,000 Suns. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Magnus the Red. A scholar, a sorcerer, a fucking nerd. Single word descriptor? Magic. The 1,000 Suns hail from their homeworld of Prospero, with their Primarch Magnus the Red. The final of our 4 major Chaos God factions, the 1,000 Suns are disciples of Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways. Heavily inspired by their Egyptian theming, the Legion themselves are slaves to the god of trickery and change, most of them no longer even having a physical form, reduced to just dust, piloting suits of armor at the whim of a sorcerer leader. The 1,000 Suns do not deserve their fate. There's a common joke that Magnus did nothing wrong. This is untrue. He has done much wrong. However, he is very sympathetic, mainly because the Space Wolves and Leman Russ sought to end their rivalry through the annihilation of their legion, escaping only through the assistance of the Changer of Ways, and forever changed because of it. Meanwhile, magic is their main tool. Take some Lovecraftian style abilities, the eyes everywhere, and potent spells to be cast at their foes, whether these are bolts of psychic lightning, reversing time itself, opening up portals to unreality, or changing the very fabric of the universe. The 1,000 Suns sorcery knows no bounds, and they are very good at it. If you're a fan of like wizards, your classic style spellcaster, and you want a ton of them, combined with a tragic backstory and a Primarch who, like Mortarian, looks fucking baller, the 1,000 Suns are for you.
You fucking asshole! There's no way.
Yeah, Tzeentch is a chaos that obviously feels like master manipulator type of thing, but it's mostly magic and sorcery based of things, right? The eyes things, and you know, basically gives me the, you know, the Elder Scrolls god, right? Dated god, what was that? Hermes Mora, I think, right? He's portrayed as, you know, tentacles, lots of eyes, all knowing, knowledgeable. That's kind of like I'm getting the feeling from Tzeentch. Sorcery, knowing everything, master strategies, things like that, you know, based on magic. I guess his you know, the chapter kind of reflects that, but somehow out of all chaos and even the, you know, loyal chapters, Tzeentch's chapter kind of feels different, right? With the sorcery and magic and how they are basically, right? Some of them are not even, you know, physical form, which is epic.
What? You're a fucking cheater. You're such a sore loser. You're a cheater.
My dad works at Nintendo!
The Sons of Horus, or the Luna Wolves, or the Black Legion. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Horus, a warlord, a treasured friend, or the traitor himself. Single word descriptor, assault. The Sons of Horus are the formal name of Horus's legion, hailing from the world of Chthoniya. The Sons of Horus themselves were assault troops. The strength of their attack was some of the most powerful in the legions. While the White Scars may favor speed for their strikes, the Sons of Horus were known for their overall offensive power. It was even said that if the Sons of Horus met the Imperial Fists, they would be at a stalemate for eternity. However, the Sons of Horus are no longer because, well, they are now instead the Black Legion, led by Abaddon the Despoiler, who claims to succeed where his father failed. The Black Legion are still an offensive and assault-based force, but they act much like the Ultramarines, but for chaos. Your standard black and brass Space Marine, who are known for recruiting in all different kinds of avenues. Anyone can become a member of the Black Legion. Anyone can swear allegiance to the War Master. You gain favored by not just one, but all 4 gods equally. Their famous line, "Let the galaxy burn," is the best way to describe them. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. So long as the Imperium dies, the Black Legion has done its job. They are a legion formed from hatred and spite, with a clear goal in mind, as the Dark Gods are calling, and the Black Legion are sure to answer.
Hello.
Damn, alright, so Black Legions are like, you know, equivalent to Ultramarine, but from the Chaos side, right? I mean, they are Sons of Horus, so from the chapter, you know, from the Primarch Horus, kind of makes sense, like how they be considered the, out of the Chaos chapter, considered the best of them, I guess. Didn't know that. So that is interesting. Like, you know, obviously, Cadian things, right, can be associated there with the Abaddon, but yeah. Okay, holy shit, this is so good. I mean, right now only Roboglimin, I don't even know how to pronounce that, is the only Primarch that has come back, right? I mean, obviously they're going to have plans to bring back all the Primarchs. I don't know. I just, you know, just trying to, you know, just have excitement here, like what they are going to do with it, right? All the Primarch comes. Is there going to be another major battle in the future? Is there going to be like Horus Heresy style war, but with different Primarchs coming back? This is so good. Everybody has their own uniqueness. It's really fun to see like how they match up in a battle.
Talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
No.
It wasn't fucking optional!
The Word Bearers. Allegiance, heretic. Primarch, Lorgar Aurelian. A preacher. A fanatic. A choir boy. Single word descriptor? Zeal. If the Black Legion answer the call of the Dark Gods, what if instead you decide to call the gods first? Well, then the Word Bearers are for you. The 17th Legion, led by Primarch Lorgar on the planet of Colchis. Originally obsessed with worshipping the Emperor of Mankind as a god, they found that despite his divinity, he was not worthy of worship because, you know, he raised their...
Oh yeah, these are the original ones, right? Word Bearers, yeah, this is kind of where the seeds of Horus Heresy started. They are the one who first started to get corrupt.
Equivalent of Jerusalem to the ground for daring to worship him. Like, could you imagine if God actually showed up and was just like, Jerusalem is stupid, it just destroyed the whole thing? Like, what would that do to your head? But there are gods that want worship and will reward those who do. The Word Bearers are chaos worshippers to a T. All chaos gods. They specialize in demonic rituals, the summoning of demons, and the mutual possession of their own troops. They welcome demons to their bodies to fight as one. They exalt the dark gods themselves for aid, and guess what? They answer. In the world of 40k, Satan doesn't just call you back. He hops in his GT Mustang and he crashes on your couch. In the world of 40k, your rituals will end with genuine results. The Word Bearers know this. They know through sacrifices, through devotion, through dark baptism, the gods will answer and they will be rewarded. So they use it. They bring forth demons. They bring forth possessions. They bring forth the power of the Neverborn, the damned, and those that hide in the dark to bear against the Imperium. Lorgar sits there, smiling, as the truth he always knew, the existence of gods and the importance of faith is a reality, and it is a tool he is using to rend the galaxy.
Imagine that. Dark Angels, right? Yeah, Dark Angels, like, We are the one basically doing the main thing, main heavy lifting here from the Chaos side. We are doing everything that Chaos Guards want, and what Word Bearers just basically talks to this Chaos Guards, and they just show up every single time. Why the favoritism, man?
Stroke, madam. Fire! Exclamation mark. Fire! Exclamation mark. Help me!
The Salamanders. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Vulcan. A Forge Master. A Behemoth. A very huggy boy. Single word descriptor, fire. The Salamanders hail from Nocturne, a volcanic planet home to their Primarch Vulcan. They are the largest of the Space Marines, not due to numbers, but rather size. Vulcan, he is an enormous slab of beef, by far the largest of all the Primarchs. However, don't let his size fool you, as he is also the kindest. Salamanders have the juxtaposition of looking frightening, being larger than other Marines, while also boasting an ashy, like coal color skin and blazing red eyes, while simultaneously carrying around all manner of flame weaponry. So your average civilian might be spooked, but in reality, they are by far the kindest of all the legions to those civilians. Vulcan believes that to safeguard the Imperium is to, at the end of the day, safeguard its people. So unlike other legions who put their lives far and above the average. Somebody in Warhammer 40k actually thinks like that? To safeguard the, entire Imperium and the world, we have to safeguard the people. And everybody just looks around like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you know which time period you are at? Who gives a fuck about people at this point? For human, the Salamanders spend significantly more time trying to save them, often taking numerous losses by doing so. They are very independent as well. They're forgers and blacksmiths, maintaining their own weapons and crafting versions of it. They also have the very rare privilege of being able to see their families even after becoming a Space Marine. They care, which is the funny part, because the 7.5-foot tall giant with flaming red eyes who just reduced a traitor to bubbling metal says, "You have nothing to fear, young citizen. Take my hand." If you enjoy fire, melting things, and being the nicer of the Marines,
wait a minute, 7.5 foot. Aren't the normal Space Marines at that height? I guess custodians are like 10 foot or something, right? And this Space Marine kind of looks taller than the average one, so I guess they would be the same height as custodians. Like 10 foot or something.
Salamanders are for you.
Over 3,500 brands at
Raven Guard.
Sneak attack! Saga, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
The Raven Guard. Allegiance, Loyalist. Primarch, Corvus Corax. A raven, a shadow. An industrial dance DJ. Single word descriptor, stealth. The Raven Guard are the final Loyalist Legion at 19 and hail from the planet Deliverance with Primarch Corvus Corax. If it hasn't been made clear enough already, the Raven Guard are stealth specialists and proficient in all manners of assassination. Despite this, their signature winged jump pack and double lightning claw look is, well, not very stealthy. They are named after, of course, the Raven and embody the entire concept.
I was just gonna say, like, these are gigantic Space Marines. Stealth with what? This is like playing Fallout 4 with a power armor and just being stealth. Like, what the fuck?
As a herald of death. They are stealthy, patient hunters that have no problem with waiting and waiting and waiting until the moment to strike is at hand. It's not easy being a stealth faction when your stealth involves people in 1 ton of power armor, but they find a way. That, more than anything, should not be used to show how ridiculous 40k is, even though it is, but rather to show how good the Raven Guard are at their jobs. It's not about them sneaking around you without being seen, but it's also about them having lied in wait for so long that it wasn't until they were in striking distance that you even realized they had been there. And also, I was
just about to say that, like, it's not like that their skill is going to be like, okay, we can sneak around you even being this big. No, they will never lose the opportunity. They will never reveal themselves if it's compromising, right? They will always be in the position that, gives them stealth. So it's not about them being big. It's about them having this kind of a stealth approach and being good at it.
You want, edgelord Marines with a long black haircut, pale skin, ravens everywhere. If you want to field assassins and snipers abound, then the Raven Guard are for you.
It could be in this very room.
Alpha Legion.
It could be you. It could be me. It could even be... Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? It was obvious.
The Alpha Legion. Allegiance, Heretic. Primarch, Alfarius, and Omegon. Saboteurs, destabilizers, they're in your walls. Single word descriptor, espionage. Finally, the 20th Legion, the Alpha Legion, led by Alfarius and Omegon. The only Legion to have two Primarchs who were split as twins. The Alpha Legion are heretical, we think, and specialize in destabilization of society and armies. Their entire shtick is the Hydra, because when you cut off one head, two more take its place. All of the Alpha Legion look exactly like their Primarch.
As I guess it's like more like a, you know, organization type of shit, right? That, you know, plots in the background to destabilize things. Is that it? That is awesome. Like, you know, obviously how it's Hydra was in Avengers, right? Like how it's a massive organization type of thing, but obviously in this it's a chapter. But yeah, they're basically plots and schemes.
Olive skin, shaved head. All claim to be Alfarius. All are liars. They make the largest use of sleeper cells and cultists in the Chaos Space Marine factions because it's extremely easy to take over a planet when you
poisoned our water supply, burned our crops, and delivered a plague unto our houses.
Where the Raven Guard use stealth and sabotage to eliminate their enemies, the Alpha Legion prefer to weaken them over time with sleeper agents, impersonations, basically anything you could imagine from a hardcore spy movie or Cold War level espionage.
Cold War, yeah.
Being Alfarius is not only an honor, being Alfarius is a requirement. There's a story of someone chasing down an Alpha Legion agent for years upon years, and when they finally catch up with them and they see them, they see that the agent is wearing the same face as their pursuer, because this was the plan all along, to kill him and take his spot. We're talking facial reconstruction surgery.
Oh my god, that's very Fallout 4 synths shit. So obviously I've said this in the past, like sometimes I think Bethesda takes certain inspiration from Warhammer because it felt similarities. I mean, this is clear as similarities, right? I mean, this is very synth style. Obviously, synths are robots in the Fallout 4, but still, I like it. Basically, how this is like a Cold War inspired, you know, what was the show? The Americans, I think was the show, right? But Russian sleeper agents are, you know, living in the USA, acting like they are American citizens, but they are sleeper agents. Yeah, this is similar to that. While the other ones from the loyalist side are just point blank spies, like James Bond level of shit with stealth and everything, right? While they are literally like a sleeper agent, you know, Soviet style thing from the Cold War.
We're talking hacking, we're talking political assassination and impersonation, everything. They are Space Marines in name only, because being a strong stoic warrior is not what the Alpha Legion is interested in. In fact, the Alpha Legion is interested in you not even knowing that the Alpha Legion is a thing. I am Alfarius. You are Alfarius. We are all Alfarius in his Lord's glorious army. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little something. I hope if you were on the fence about what Space Marines you wanted to field, you would now have a better idea of what you want to play. Buy my gamer sub shaker.
This is, man, Bricky is like a great for, you know, beginner stuff like this, like explanation of beginner. Yeah, he should do more and more Warhammer. I know he doesn't, this is not just Warhammer channel. He does many other things from other places. He has some Warhammer videos, I guess. But yeah, he's really good at it. So, right, well, that was every single Warhammer Space Marine. 18 out of 20, because of the two we don't know shit about, because it's all redacted. But yeah, I like you know, how Space Marines are so diverse every chapter, and there is always some kind of a trope or some kind of a cultural thing taken from real world events, right? Whether it's spies, sleeper agents, you know, Mongolia's Genghis Khan type of thing, whether it's, you know, the wolf thing, like, you know, Nordic type of people, you know, Vikings and shit, which is extremely great, like the vampire things, right? The Blood Rage. Sanguinius died, and that fucked their whole Space Marine so badly that they're broken. At a point that they just think of Horus and, you know, just anger over Horus. They see Horus everywhere, and that gives them this kind of a rage, which is awesome. And obviously that Gotham City type of shit, crime, that they're just criminals, that is just different touch that, I don't know, it's just great. I understand why it's his favorite faction. Right, people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time.